Hi everyone. So today topic is how to create AWS EC2 instances. Uh, so we are going to be create two types of instances. One is Windows, another one is Linux. So first we need to go to the AWS console. So I'm going to the AWS console. Here we can click on the services, all the services, click on the services. Here you can see EC2, click on the EC2. Once you click on the EC2, we can able to see here. So click on the instances. Okay. Now we want to create two instances. One is for the Windows, another one is for the Linux. So how to create that? So click on Launch Instances button. So the page will be open like this. So here for the first name and tag, we have to provide the name of the EC2 instances. First, we are going to be create Windows. Once we done this, then we are going to be create Linux EC2 instances. So now the first one we are going to be create Windows. In the name field, what needs to be provided? We have to provide the instance name. We have to provide the instance name. Whatever, if what based on your requirement, we can provide your instance name here. So now I am providing just server Windows for identification of the instance. So the next one, once we update the name, then we can provide the operating system. We have to select the operating system. So we are going to be create Windows. Then we have to select the Windows operating system. Now I need to select Windows. Then we have to provide the Windows operating system. By default, it is going to be select the latest version. If you want to use the older version, you can use. I want to use 2019. I can select the 2019 version. Now, once we select this AMI, that is Amazon Machine Image. Once you select this OS operating system, then next one we have to select the instance type. We have to select the instance type here. You can see here there are multiple instances are there. Based on your requirement, you can select your instance type. Now I am selected as a T2.micro by default. Next, we have to provide the key pair. How to provide the key pair? Click on the create new pair, or if you want to provide you already created, so you can select that. If you want, select already created one. So I already created some key pairs, so I'm selecting that. Or if you want to provide new key pair, you can create key pair like this. You can provide key 3 or any name you can provide, but I'm giving as a key 3. Click create key pair. It is going to be downloaded. Yeah, it is downloaded. Now network settings. By default, we can keep it as the same, or if you want add anything, if you want to create the subnet, or if you want to give the different security group, you can click on edit and you can provide your security group details. You already created earlier, you can select that, or if you want to keep it as a default, you can leave it as a default. It is going to be create the new security group and it is going to be allocated the new subnet and everything it is going to be do. So what I am doing, I'm keep it as the same. And you can see the configuration storage is 30. Here we can keep it as a 30. For Windows, it is required 30 minimum. Okay. Then launch the instances. So if you see, this is for one instance. Okay. I just want to click here. This is for only one instance. If you want to create only one instance, you can launch that. If you want to create multiple instance, what you can give the same parameters. You can give multiple. If you want to create 5 at a time, you can give the 5 number of instances and launch that. It is going to be create multiple. So now I'm going to create only one instance. I'm just updating only one instance and launching that. It is going to be launched. If you guys are having any questions, you can no, please update your comments in the comment section so that I can respond that. So the instances is created now. Instance is created now. You can see here, there are the pending status. So it is in the pending status. So we need to wait for some time until it is comes into the active status, running status. The instance state should be running status. Now you can see it is in running status. If you want to see the details, if you want to see the details about this EC2 instance, you can click on that instance and you can see the detail about the instance. You can see these, what is the public IP for this instance, what is the private IP for this instance. You can see all the details, DNS of this instance, and what is the instance type it is going to be used, and host name, everything. You can check all the details. If you want to see the security details, you can see what is that inbound role and outbound role, anything you want to add the, you can see what is the inbound role and what is the outbound role. So these details you can see in the details space. You can go and check all the instances. Now that we know how to create the Windows EC2 instances. Now we want to create the Linux instances now. How to create the Linux instance? Just click on launch. Okay, now it is open. The same thing, only one thing it is going to be changed, how we followed for the earlier. So the same thing we have to create like that only one thing we need to change, that is we need to update the server name as usual, server Linux. Only one thing we need to change here, that is called operating system, which we need to select a different one. You can select Red Hat. For this also, if you want to create multiple instances, we can select, you can change the number here. Description as usual. So what we can do, we can by default instance type, you can keep it like this. And if you want to create, you can create the new pair, or you want to select, you can select earlier one. I'm going to select the earlier one. Then I will keep it as a default one. Then launch the instance. That's it. Once it is done, you can see the instances. Go to the instances here. You can refresh. Type, if you want filter, you can just filter with server. It will come to. Now the Windows one is running and Linux one is the pending. You can see this. So this is how we have to create the EC2 instances in AWS.